Hi.
Hey,
I
yeah.
didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, that's too polite for this website. I'm not used to.
Yeah. Well, I do it in real life enough. So I
Okay,
have
okay.
ADHD. It's really hard not to interrupt, but thankfully there's the chat
Mm.
uh, function. So,
Yeah. So Shrek, yeah,
so you want me to answer these questions? I assume.
uh, yeah.
I do. I would say I do believe in God. I don't. That's a difficult question to answer. I'm a very yes. I would say I believe in God. I don't believe I have a name for the God that I believe in because all of the above would be appropriate.
That's okay. I also accept that answer. Like some people don't follow specific religions, but still they believe a God exists. Then I should be more, how to say,
No, I
I
understand the question. There are people who do fall into categories, and just through my own seeking, I have done away with categories other than using categories to help other people understand the frame of reference I'm talking about, if that makes sense. Like, I can use mathematics for someone who prefers mathematics, or I could use Buddhist philosophy if you prefer that, or I could use Catholic iconography if you prefer. If I know the reference, I could
Mhm.
probably find a connection to a different faith,
Yeah.
uh, because I believe they're all the same thing, and it's all just, again, talking in circles, just a metaphor for the same phenomenon, whether it's science or math or God. I don't care how you decide to label it.
Mm. Okay, well, we don't need to even label. I just need some basic information to understand
Sure.
what kind of a God is that you believe in. So when you say I believe in a God,
Sure. The
would
closest would probably be Judaism. I am Jewish and I was born
hmm,
Jewish Catholic.
that help more
Uh
than I expected? Okay.
yeah, but it would be more like Kabbalah or Gnostic Christianity, where there is, it's just using language to describe the phenomenon of what the fuck is happening right now, right? Like this exchange that we're having right now, other than, some people use God to encapsulate the concept of this exchange that we're having right now, the phenomenon of the fact that we are conversing across time and space. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not. The God is just one word for the metaphor explaining the phenomenon that we are engaging in witnessing and participating.
Okay, so but we should be more clear than that because some people, when they say God, they mean just a feeling, or they mean just the
Sure.
universe, or they mean just time, or they mean just something else that we have
So
already a name for it. So
sure, I can say that you are God in your own reality. You are the witness. So we can use solipsism as an argument here, but not in like this nihilistic kind of like I'm the best kind of way, but more in a like, yes, I am the God of my reality and I cannot prove that anyone outside of myself exists. However, with the fact that I acknowledge that I am a God of my reality, I also take on that great responsibility of doing no harm to others. So when I engage in another person, another God who is you, I have to respect you as another God in this pantheon of existence and treat you with the respect and dignity that you deserve. And that's my belief system. That everything that I do and say has a ripple effect, and we can use quantum physics and wave functions to explain the ripple effect, or we could say the butterfly effect, or we could use, the what's it called, the giving tree as a metaphor, if you'd like. But I treat you as a god and I myself as a god, but not in the way that is egotistical, in a humble, constant gardener kind of way.
but when you accept that there might be other gods, for example, me and the
Mhm.
other
Yeah.
people in this room,
Hmm.
I understand where you're coming from. Okay.
Sure.
But if there is such a reality, let's suppose you're a god, I'm a god, and we share
Sure.
a similar reality, right?
Hmm.
Do you think that this reality has a creator?
Well, okay. Do you believe that nothing can exist? I'm gonna answer your question. I'm not circumventing it. Do you believe that nothing can exist if something already exists?
If something exists, that means something exists for
Right. Do
me.
you believe that the opposite of something existing is nothing? Like if the universe were to die, do you
Hmm.
believe that everything would cease to exist, or do you believe it would just go into a quantum no, like non-existence, rather than like nothing? It is a no dash thing, like quantum probability cloud of infinite
Uh-huh.
potential. Like, do you believe that
Okay.
nothing can possibly exist, or do you believe it's a paradox in which,
But
you know?
I'm not sure. I cannot imagine nothingness,
So
since
there we go.
there's
That's an
something.
answer enough.
Yeah.
That is a good answer enough. So the concept of nothingness is inconceivable. So therefore, we don't like to think of it. And so I don't think it's possible, in my opinion. And I'm answering your question about, sorry, you said if my reality exists and I am a god, and then is there a creator? Okay, back to it. Yes. So the creator is just data, and this infinite kind of Oort cloud of probability. Where if you want to think of mathematics, I don't know if you know set mathematics, like set theory, but everything arises from zero.
From zero.
Yes. So set theory mathematics, like in programming, everything arises from zero. You have zero, and then you have zero plus something to get one. And then it's like almost like everything echoes forth from zero. And so I think of God as this thing that everything echoes forth from. And zero is not nothing, but infinite potential. And so I think of it as like egg theory, I guess, where it is an egg. So it's not nothing, but it's egg. And then everything echoes from egg, which is God,
Is
just
there
metaphorically.
is there any way to simplify all you're saying, like with simple
I've simplified
example?
it so many different ways, but I can. I mean, what is your favorite flavor of language that you would like me to
Just
metaphor this for?
like just simple examples, very simple examples that even
It,
a child can understand.
that's an impossible question because I don't know what is simple to you, because this is simple to me.
Okay, but do you know what is simple to a child?
Okay, so yeah, so you know how a chicken grows from an egg?
Chicken what?
How a chicken will hatch from an egg.
Okay.
So I think of God as the egg, the yolk, the thing that the egg comes from, the being that arises from the egg. A single cell that becomes a divided cell, that becomes 4 cells, that becomes 8 cells, that becomes 16 cells. So I think of God as the progenitor, the substrate of all existence, whatever you want to call that substrate. Egg, for this example, if I'm talking to a child, and chicken exists. We know chicken come from egg. So
Okay.
how does chicken become full ass chicken? How does it have
Mhm.
feathers and
So
bones?
as a child, I want to ask this question. Like
Sure.
this egg has consciousness or intentions or awareness?
Ah, so my belief, this is really fun. I don't know. I think God is like an AI. I'm happy to say I don't know. I don't know. Any of the things that I'm talking about, I'm going to preface just always know that I don't know. And so, and I think everyone should approach God with this kind of notion that
Okay.
nobody freaking knows.
Okay. So what you're saying, like I can summarize, like you think there is an absolute reality, but you don't have some
I
or any
think
idea
God is
what that is.
consent based. I think it's a responsive reality, kind of like fiber optics, where the current, you send a signal through the substrate that is God, if you want to use that term. And that's why prayer, people are like, well, if I pray really hard, why doesn't my prayer work? And it's like, because there's 8 billion people on the planet also praying for conflicting things. And if God is consent based and responds to your earnest prayer, and everybody else prays very earnestly for differing things, if I want to smite my enemies but you want world peace, we have conflicting prayer here. And then if God is just this non feeling responsive consent based reality, that is interactive,
Okay, sure.
then
Sorry, I don't
if
understand
you
that
okay, it's
language.
okay.
That's why I'm interrupting. But like, I'm gonna ask a question to understand better what you're saying.
I
I'm really
appreciate
into
that.
what you're trying to say. I'm not able to understand properly, but like this is my way. I can only ask questions so that I can understand better.
That's
My
okay. No,
intention is
I
to
really
understand. Good.
appreciate you asking questions and not being rude like that Babar person.
Oh,
Because I'm not spouting nonsense. You're just not understanding me, and that's fine. And I'm happy to help you understand me. I am not happy to be treated like crap.
okay, Eber, we can listen your nonsense if you can create. Then, but let's give us
Philosopher, I
time.
have a
Okay,
question.
okay,
Philosopher,
please.
I have a question.
Please let us proceed a little bit more. What was your name? Mr. T.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
You,
just give
you,
us
you
some
wrote,
minutes, okay?
you wrote, maybe God does not exist. Why directly?
Yeah, well, people don't understand like these polite requests. Please give us some time, please. Like, what can I do? Like, I can easily kick him, mute him, block him, and this is what I'm doing mostly, okay? But when we ask such kind of things in a very polite way, why people don't care, I don't understand. I even forgot my question. I was on to something. I was about to learn, but I remember it. Okay, good. So, Shrek, if there were only one person on this planet living, or in the universe, one intelligent being, let's say it's you, what about those prayers that you're making? You could get a response?
I don't believe that there's only one intelligent being in existence ever, because I'm talking to you right now. And whether that is echoing back at me is just semantics. Whether it's my own voice echoing back at me is just semantics.
Okay,
Like
but
it.
that's a if question.
Oh, I'm answering. Sorry. I mean, I will answer that. I
Okay.
am sorry. I don't mean to. However, if that were true, repeat your question. Sorry, I lost
If
my.
there was only one intelligent being in the universe, so you were talking
Mhm.
about prayers, like 8 billion people
Right.
praying at the same time, and I couldn't understand exactly
Well,
why like those prayers are not answered well. But I can understand this God notion better if you answered the question. If there was only one
okay.
person praying, then could we get consistent results?
My answer would be yes, with earnesty. And so to answer that question, you would have to understand the Schrodinger's cat paradox. I can explain that simply for you so that we can continue this philosophical
I'm
conversation.
trying to simplify, and you're bringing more
I'm
concepts which are
sorry, but
very
yes, but you
complex.
understand. Do you understand the basis of the Schrodinger's cat paradox, where observation collapses probability?
If I say yes,
Okay. So I agree. Yes. So if someone earnestly believes, if there's only one person and then this God is just watching over their one creation, and they
mhm,
ask really earnestly with their whole heart for
mhm.
something, then yes, I believe it would be granted to them. Yes, including up to and including anything of your wildest desires, like flight or time travel, as long as it doesn't harm the fundamental laws of reality. Like it's just energy exchange.
Okay, so do I understand correctly? So, like, there is a God who can listen the prayers and respond.
uh I think of it as like that kind of like metal, that what is that metal that can like move around and dance? It's like a liquid metal.
Liquid metal, like the
It's like a non-Newtonian fluid or something that like it responds to magnetism and does really cool things. I just think it's responsive. I don't think it's necessarily like intelligent in the sense that it's like conscious and like has feelings. I think it's just like an AI where I put in my input with earnesty, and so long as there's no conflicting inputs, the output will be pure and high fidelity.
like that God doesn't have awareness, but just because.
Like compression on an image, right? Like if the image comes through clear, we're awesome. If there's the image comes through compressed and pixelated, then there's conflicting data interfering with the signal, right? So God would give me a very high definition image of the thing that I prayed for if there's no interference. But if there is interference, then I will get either a low quality or even outright not the right data given back to me, which,
Oh,
does that make sense?
but there are problems I sense.
Sure, that's fine.
So, okay, you're saying that when there is only one person praying, then the data that we input is clear, right?
Right, non-interference, like
Yeah,
Bluetooth. Think of
yeah.
it like
And,
non-interference.
and then you're saying that then we can get reply better because no.
It's more like I pull a lever and the lever gives me the thing I ask for, but like it's connected to my mind. And if there's an interference, like if I have doubt or if someone else interferes with it, maliciously, then the receiver is going to be bad. Like every sci-fi thing you can think of, basically. Like if it's basically the whole like I think therefore I am.
Okay, but the problem is that I couldn't mention, which is like let's suppose I'm having a call, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a very clean line that no
Okay.
interference, okay, and when I get the response, either okay, the response is coming from an intelligent being who
Mm-hmm.
can listen, understand, and aware of the call, and then replies, or maybe it's just something automatic that like AI you said, okay, no
Right. I
no
think it is kind of
intelligence,
like
no, but how can we understand it? Like let's suppose AI is more advanced right now and I'm
happy to
talking
help.
to on the phone, I'm getting responses. How can I differentiate between whether it's aware, intelligent,
Does it
or not?
matter?
I just want to know it.
No, this is a genuine question. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm genuinely asking you philosophically, does it matter?
Okay, to me it matters, but because I want to understand the difference when you say God and when the other believers say God. I just
It
want to see
sounds
the
like
difference.
semantics that you're getting caught up on, to be completely honest.
Okay, but still there's a huge difference between an AI and an intelligent being that
Is
people
there?
believe in general. No, isn't?
I mean, is there really? Like, if it can control your reality, if it can, like, that's why I believe every person is a god. You can control your reality by genuinely putting input into the like, that's fine that you're an atheist and everything. I don't mind that. I just think you're getting caught up on semantics. It's not that you have a problem with God per se. You have a problem with the way people articulate God in a certain way that feels incongruous with your lived experience of reality. And that's fine. But ultimately, and that's why I think you should watch the movie A Serious Man by the Coen brothers, because my response to you is it doesn't fucking matter. Like at the end of the day, God doesn't owe us anything, even if God does exist. And so we just try to be good people and constant gardeners and try not to cut people down, try not to insult others, try to leave the world better than we found it. And honestly, like, I'm just talking in circles at this point. I think I've made my point very clear, and I want to leave room for the rest of the floor,
Thanks for joining and sharing your beliefs.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. And I genuinely appreciate you being curious and kind. And I'm happy to reopen this conversation another day once I've thought out better rebuttals to your questions. But
Yeah.
And if you can think of better questions for me, you're always welcome to reach out. Not better. I don't mean better because you ask good questions, but
Okay, but
I
I think like that was just a little bit kill of the conversation when you say like it doesn't matter what that is. To me, it matters. To you, it doesn't
okay.
matter, and I respect that.
No, and I'm happy to continue talking. I do have the
Yeah.
time. I just don't want to waste other people's time.
Oh, if like there's only one person and he left. I believe he was trying to speak, but he left. You're not an atheist, really. I know which religion you really, and you want everyone to believe in my religion.
See, okay, so this is where
Oh my
I
God.
believe absolutism can come. It comes into that Schrodinger's cat paradox. Like, then that's why I say, like, I don't care what your stance is on God or otherwise,
Mhm.
and I'm never going to try to convince you on my stance. I will try to get you to understand what I'm saying. I will try to get you to understand my communication. But I will never try to convince you, because in this Mr. T situation is a perfect example. It's speaking from absolutism. And back to that Schrodinger's cat paradox, like, if you know something for certain, you're collapsing the probability prematurely, and that gives you the ability to refute it. So you're better off staying in probability space, in I don't know space, until you do know for certain. Like, I know that gravity exists, and like I know the color magenta exists, even if there's not a wave function, a wave spectrum. Like, there's no number for the color magenta, but you know that magenta exists unless you're colorblind or blind altogether. But it's just a combination of violet and red. But like, magenta exists. It's a phenomenon. It's an optical illusion. And so I believe God is a similar phenomenon to an optical illusion. It's just you're responding to whatever the fuck your consciousness is sending out electrical pings, and you're getting a response back, and whatever that response is either resonant or dissonant. And so it's just waves and energy, and it all comes down to, I don't know, eventually just language collapses and it becomes like pointless to talk. I'm sorry. I don't know. So your question one more time, I'm happy to answer it if you want to give me it really succinctly.
Oh, but I don't have more questions.
Oh, okay, then we
Yeah.
can just move on. I really appreciate chatting with you though, and I
Mhm.
don't mean to just cut it off. I just think,
That's okay. It's okay.
yeah, I
Like,
apologize.
I
I
like-
appreciate you.
I just try to learn what people call God, why they believe in that God. Or
Maybe this will be one of those slow burns that you're gonna be like days later, you're like, oh wait, I get what they were trying to say, and then reach out. You're more than welcome to, like.
okay. Like,
And I'm sure I'll be back on to talk to you on one of your other streams. I'll be back.
okay.
And I'm still here listening.
Okay. That's also okay. But maybe we should find believers to have a